everyone, welcome to another episode of Raw Radiant Health, and I'm Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I want to talk about being prepared for the obstacles. This is life, okay? As great as things can be, obstacles and different things appear to throw you off track, and it can be a little bit frustrating because sometimes it can really throw people off, and you work so hard to get somewhere. You're doing so well on your diet, you're losing the weight you want to lose, you're getting all fit, and you're doing everything great for yourself and you feel fabulous. And then next thing you know it, that one little thing comes in and just throws everything off, and next thing you know it, you find yourself like running for your old comfort foods, and just all your efforts go down the drain. And sometimes this can happen for a few days, a few hours even, or it can go on for like weeks, months, years. And I believe the way to prevent totally falling off is to be prepared for it. Because if you know what to do at the moment that things come up that make you feel bad and that make you go running to the refrigerator, if you know what you can do instead that could prevent you from falling off and can prevent you from feeling so terrible, then you're better equipped to deal with these situations when they come up, that you're just kind of like, okay, I know what to do. This is temporary. This is just a little bit of a setback in order for me to really get to the next level. Because that's one thing I really want to point out to begin with, is that obstacles are a good thing, okay? Obstacles are not to be avoided, okay? And it's a natural part of life. We go through all sorts of things coming up, okay? And, not every day is like a bright, sunny, happy day. But, there's days when things are pretty gray. And I don't believe in avoiding them, because I believe that those days and the negativity and the obstacles and the resistance and just the stuff that you have to deal with, that's what makes you into who you're going to be. And it can make you into a stronger person, a more compassionate person, a more sensible and sensitive person, and just an all-around better person. And that's why I embrace the obstacles. As bad as some things can feel, in the end, I'm always become more of who I want to be because of it. And we've all been there, okay, where, sometimes things happen at work. We disagree with the coworker, or our boss doesn't recognize our efforts, or something's going on at home with a family member or a spouse, or whatever. We all have things that every day we encounter some negativity in our life. And some people are able just to just keep going, whatever, and they just let it go. And other people, they get really hurt by things, and they're really sensitive to things, that it's like every negative thing that appears, it's like a punch, and they end up going towards things to either numb themselves out, or to make them feel better, or to just distract them from what they have to deal with. And that can be going to food, it can be going to booze or drugs, nicotine, it could be going to overspending. It's just going to certain things that you have an addictive thing with, that it gets out of balance. And the main thing is want to cut those patterns, because it does no benefit for you. It's like you're facing something that is uncomfortable, and you're trying to find comfort in something outside of yourself. And as much as you're digging for that comfort, if it's outside of you, it's never going to really comfort you. And in fact, it can actually jeopardize your health and your happiness and all the efforts you've made up until now. So any example of that would be someone that, everything's going well with their weight loss, and suddenly, one bad thing happens, and then they go running to the fridge. And this is an ongoing thing, that no matter how much effort they put into losing all their weight, they never lose it, because these things keep coming up and they don't know how to deal with it. So today I want to help you with dealing with it, because if you're prepared for it, if you know what those things you can do, that when the going gets tough, you don't sabotage all your efforts, but instead you know what you can do in order to sort of move the energy and not feel bad, and learn how to let go of that bad energy and to just deal with it. And so, there's certain things you can do, like calling a friend. Like that should, it's like the moment that something negative happens, if you can, instead of like reaching to the fridge and opening the fridge, reach for the telephone and call someone and let them know what's going on and let it out. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to someone about what's going on, then sit down and write it out. Write it out in a journal, or a scrap piece of paper, and throw it in the garbage afterwards. But just get it out, because when you're holding it inside, then what you're going to do is reach for things that are going to bury it further and further inside of you. And you can do that on a physical level with the food, by burying your emotions with the food. And you don't want to do that. And another thing you can do is to move the energy. So get out of that space where you're receiving that negativity, and physically move yourself out of it. Go outside, go for a walk, move the energy. And I really suggest is moving around. If you can go and actually exercise, that for me is like the best, because then what you're doing is you're getting back to your body, okay? And you're like, for me, it's like when I go and exercise, it's my daily reminder that my body and my life, it's mine. It's all mine, okay? No matter what anyone says to me, no matter what anyone does to me, this is my life. Like, this is my body. This is my spirit. This is my experience. And I choose what I'm going to let in and what I'm not. And anyone can do anything to me. It doesn't really matter, because it's my choice whether it's going to penetrate into my space and into me. And I can say no and just deflect it right off of me and move on. Okay, so I find with exercise it's great, because you get back to your core, and it's the same thing with meditation as well, because it's a physical thing you're doing, and it's at the same time you're present. So those are two things that you can do. Another thing too is just, it's just deal with it. Deal with what is in front of you. Don't put things off. Because when you put things off and you're like, okay, I'll just face this another day, then you're going to find something else to fill up that space, and you're going to keep putting it off, and it's going to keep being on your shoulder, and you'll never deal with it. And that can push you towards doing other things to numb you and zone you out. So get on top of it and just take your life back. Just remember, your happiness, it's yours. No one can take that away from you. Okay? So I am wishing you guys a fabulous, fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!